I could go for a good salad, couldn't you?
I could.
Oh, who doesn't love a good summer salad, a light salad made with very fresh ingredients too? With us today, Chef Sarah Martin from the Icasi Professional Culinary School, Loretta Paganini School of Cooking as well. How's things?
Amazing. Thanks so much for having me, Todd.
Oh, no problem.
It.
Good to be here. What a great time too, because the peaches are getting into that time when they're ripe and they're juicy. And what way to better have them in a salad?
It's my favorite fruit, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm really
mine
excited.
too. Mine too. So how do we make it? What's the recipe for you?
Awesome. So let's dive in. I'm also going to put you to work if that's okay.
Sure, I'd love to.
So a lot of people think it's hard to make dressings from scratch, but it's really one of the easiest things you can do, especially if you're a meal prep person like myself with your busy schedule. This is something you can make ahead and have in the fridge for the week.
And it's much more healthy than the stuff that we would
you
get
have more
in the
control.
bottle.
Yeah, and it's more customized too, so you can play to your profile and your preferences.
Okay.
So in the bowl we have some plant-based mayonnaise. You could also sub it for some cashew yogurt or tahini. Or your favorite oil.
Okay.
And then we have garlic powder in there with some Italian seasoning.
All righty.
And then with a spatula, you're going to grab, we have some miso. That's my secret ingredient
Oh,
with some
look at that.
Dijon. It helps with that umami, full balanced flavor.
Nice.
And then we have some maple syrup. You could also sub for any other sweetener.
Okay.
And then we've got some balsamic vinegar there.
Excellent. Love that. Okay.
And then I'll just give it a little whisk, and then that'll be good to go. While you're doing that, I can get started on the salad here. Slowly, that's the secret, yes.
Slowly mix this. Don't spill it on your suit.
I've never made a mess in the kitchen. So.
No, I can imagine. Well, that's what you're a professional, Sarah. That's right.
a lot of dirty dishes to get here, I will say.
Right,
Thank you, Mom. Love her. So here I made some plant-based feta. You could also pick up your favorite cheese or plant-based cheese from the store. And this is the type of thing I love showing people how to do in my classes. So we're never just making a salad. I show you how to make staples, whether we're going over knife cuts, whether we're going over how to make dressings or plant-based cheeses from scratch. I love demystifying so many staples that you think you have to get from the grocery store, but you can actually make in your own kitchen.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So basically, this is going to be a vegan dish, or is this a vegetarian dish? What
this
would you
is
classify
actually
it?
vegan.
Okay.
A lot of my dishes are just accidentally vegan. They just happen to be, and really my #1 goal is just to make vegetables a star. So what better time again for that than summer?
Are you looking for any kind of peach in particular, or just
whatever you have? So this dish also, what I love is it's so customizable. If you have a garden, grab whatever is fresh from your garden. If you just went to the farmer's market this morning, you could do this with even vegetables, with like roasted red peppers, for example. This, I just grabbed some ripe peaches and I grilled them. You could also do this inside if you don't have a grill. And that's all I did to it, and it just, the flavors.
Do you need to put anything on the peach before you put it on a grill?
You don't actually. You can use oil.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just did it as is and then sprinkled some flaky sea salt when I finished.
Great.
And then here we've got some red onion, and I soaked it in some ice cold water. That helps get rid of like the aggressive bite.
That sulfury kind of taste, yeah.
You want a little bit of onion, you don't want too much.
Yeah, nobody's biting into a raw onion like an apple.
No one that I met. Actually, I think I heard stories about my great aunt doing something like that.
Really?
But, yeah.
That sounds aggressive.
Yeah. But again, with the salad, so you can do a lot of this prep ahead of time. This is just some candied pecans I did quickly in the air fryer. You could also buy them.
How would you candy those in an air fryer?
So super simple. I use a little bit of vegan butter, some salt, and some cinnamon, and a little bit of maple syrup.
Oh, no.
It just took about 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Very easy, and it's again just that extra personalized touch. So I do things like this for a lot of my catering events, personal clients as well. Again, with the cooking classes, I recently catered a yoga retreat for 3 days with Lake Yoga, and I did a salad like this for them.
Let's talk about the big events you guys got coming up. So the Wednesday, July 2nd is the vegan barbecue.
Absolutely. So we're doing a lot of your classic barbecue dishes, but a plant-based version of that. And we're just really celebrating summer with that class. I have over 10 other classes up on the website as well for people to sign up.
Yeah, we're looking at the plant-based baking on the 16th, and then the fancy flavors of the Mediterranean.
Yes.
Again, all vegetarian type stuff.
Absolutely.
Which I think is nice, a nice break for people sometimes, you know, just to kind of get away from the traditional meat potatoes thing. You can learn, you know, even if you're just making it as a side dish or a salad, you can incorporate a lot of those different ingredients.
Absolutely. So I flew to France just to be able to learn how to do vegan cooking, but I would say I learned so much from traditional chefs who do cook meat, and I applied those techniques into my plant-based cooking, and I think it helps.
So how do we dress the salad?
So we're going to drizzle that. Yeah, of course. So you want to go for height here. That's just going to allow it even drizzle here. And then another trick I learned from restaurants is you're going to want to still season your salad. So we're going to do a little bit of salt and pepper. I'll let you do that really quickly.
Sure.
And I will just lightly.
Do we want to do the whole thing?
Oh, no.
I was going to say just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
That's a lot of salt for that. Yeah, let me come around and grab this fork.
Yeah, grab
so I
that
can join this.
fork.
'Cause I want to get one of those peaches in there too. And this is one of those that, you know, because it's got the plant-based mayonnaise, it can sit out for a little bit. You don't have to be too concerned with it.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So again, I conservatively will say make this and keep it for a week in the fridge, but honestly, homemade dressings last a really long time.
It's so good. It's so fresh too.
It's just those little touches, I'm telling you.
Sarah, thank you so much. The recipe is on our website, fox8.com. Look at that
We make a
finished
great
product.
team.
That's
Look at
really
us.
nice.